Hello, this is Jean, and I'm going to be creating a demo project for our local Michael's Arts and Crafts store in Merritt Island. And I was able to go through with a list and pick out all the materials that I needed to create this vintage crate. And the project starts off with, you get the raw wood crate, and then you give it a nice coat of this chalky finish. This is the Americana decor, and it's got a nice vintage green color. This paint, the chalk finish paint, goes on really nice. This is only one coat, and that's really all it needs because you're giving it a distressed look, so you don't want to make the paint too thick, but this paint covers in one coat, so you're all set. Now, along with the kit here's another chalky finish of the white, which is going to be used in our stencil. And I also used that color on the sides. I'll show you that paint finish in just a second. So we've got the base color green, we've got the accent color of the white, it's like an off-white, and then we have another color of the black, and it's a nice, it's like more like a slate black, slate gray. So that's going to be another accent color. They included the cream wax, which is nice because it's water-based. It's different, so I'm really looking forward to trying that out. And then they also included a varnish. So when the project's all done, I'll be putting this on. Now, when I went through the store and I was picking up the materials for this project, I found a large jar of the wax, which is really nice. So this is going to be next to me when I'm at the store doing the other demo, which is the same piece, but this is the finished piece that'll be on display. And then I found the brown. And what's really exciting about this is their water-based product, which is nice, easy to use, and the brown gives you that really nice antique look. It gets in all the nooks and crannies and gives it that nice aged look. So I'm really excited about that. So I went ahead and grabbed this jar too. So I'm going to be using this for one of the finishing techniques. The sandpaper is also used in the aging process. I'll show you how to use that to take all the corners and edges off and give it that nice worn look. These pouncers are used for working with the stencil. This is what applies the paint directly on, and it helps it not go underneath the edges. And another product that I grabbed when I was shopping for all my cool stuff to use was this stencil adhesive. And it's a Folk Art brand from Plaid, and you dab it on the back of the stencil and you let it dry a little bit so it becomes tacky. So what that's going to do is that's going to make it easy. I'm going to put the stencil where I want it, and with this on the back, see, it's going to hold it into place, which is really nice. So I'm really excited about trying this one too because I've never tried that before. In the store they give you, there's all kinds of brushes to use. These are great. The chip brushes are inexpensive. For projects like this, it's nice you get different sizes so you can get inside all the nooks and crannies very easily. And then they also gave me this, which is all the cool colors that this chalk paint comes in. So you've got this nice wide range of colors. And I would suggest, they sell it in the small bottles, and this is good for accents, but I would suggest grabbing the jars when you see the jars, just because this way you can make coordinated sets of stuff. Like, make a bin, make a plate to hang on the wall, maybe paint this on the seat of a chair or something like that. And then you're going for that more coordinated look, and you've got plenty of paint to use. So that's it. I'm going to get started on it, and I will show you step by step. Okay, on this particular crate that I'm doing for the demo at Michael's, I did my scraped paint technique just to make it look like it's got some old peeling paint on it, because when I do all the antiquing, I want it to look like it's a real old crate. So I have so many people asking me, what do I use to get this look? And it's funny because this is what I use. Now, to get this look at home, what you can do is you can get a small block of wood, like say a child's play block. You want to make sure it doesn't have paint on it because that will scrape off onto your project. But you want something that's square that you can handle like this, you know, something that has that edge. I put the paint on, or I use a palette and I dab it, and then you scrape it on. And what it does is it gives you these real sharp edges. You get lots of texture. For this particular one, the first thing I did was I took the white on top of the green, and I either used a brush or I put it directly on there, and I put the white on first, and I did it all white. Then I let that dry, and then I went back over with the green over top just to break it up a little bit. So it's got a real kind of a patchy pattern to it. I did a little bit of blending with the brush, so you get kind of a nice, interesting texture. But this, actually the tool that I use all the time, this is the bottom of an artificial plant from an aquarium. So you might have one of these that you're not using, or you could grab out of a drawer or something, but this is handy for me because it's so easy to grab like that, and I just use it all the time. But a little block of wood is going to do the same thing, or cardboard, as long as you can hold it and you got a nice flat edge that you can put right against it, then you're good. And so I would practice it before I did it on any projects. I mean, if you're going for an antique finish, you don't have to worry so much about it turning out perfect, but you practice it and then you can kind of get an idea of what kind of look that you'll get according to how much pressure and how much paint. So anyway, so that's what I did. The white first, then I went back over once that was dry with the green, scraping it on. I did a little bit of blending with the brush just to soften it, and that's it. So this is the side of the crate. Here's the front side where I'm going to do the stenciling of the bird. See, and here's the other side. So I've got that antique, scrape peely paint finish on the two slatted sides. The solid sides I'm going to be doing the stencil work on. Okay? So we'll be doing that next.